were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
Monero is what Bitcoin noobs think they bought.
Here we go.
There you go. What's up?
Sexy
How the fuck
bastards.
are you, bro?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the end of the summer and getting ready for this the last leg of the bull run, which is a great opportunity for us to teach people about privacy coins, what matters most in crypto. So how are you guys doing? I'm so happy to be here.
Dude, we appreciate your time, and you are the go-to source when it comes to some of these subjects. So let's get right into it. You have an interesting point of view on this. I guess it's sort of old news now. This quote-unquote 51% attack on Monero that took place. First of all, let me ask you: were they 51'd? Yes or no? And why?
No.
Tell us what happened.
So what really happened was that there was a selfish mining attack, and they were able to reorganize 6 blocks, but Monero has built within it a safety net of 10 blocks. So they were never able to reorg more than 10 blocks to begin with. Second, it is even argued that in proof of work, you can't really, you can maybe attempt to hurt a blockchain, but you'll never be able to truly hurt a blockchain. So even the notion of a 51% attack within a proof of work network, that is still contested as an idea that the network itself is built to protect itself. So just like a selfish miner can attack a proof of work network, the honest miners can also protect the network in the same way. So that's something to.
I mean, they got a relatively high amount of hash rate. What was it, like 38% or 28%, something like that?
Yeah, but it was never a 51% attack. In order for a 51% attack to happen, they have to take over control of the entire network for a long span of time, and that really never happened.
So bottom line, is Monero safe to use for agorists?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, you heard it, guys.
If anything, it made Monero safer, because the Monero community has within it the culture that they're more ready to tell you what could possibly go wrong with Monero than they are to tell you about how great Monero is. And that has to do with their adherence to the FOSS ethos. And that's something very particular to the Monero community.
What is that? What is the FOSS ethos?
The free and open source software ethos. It's the culture of peer review.
The cypherpunk sort of fucking foundation.
And outside of the Linux community, if you were to find a culture that very much honors that embrace of peer review, of the peer review process, the community that embraces that the most is Monero. And
do you see Monero ever moving to a proof of stake or a hybrid proof of stake model? Do you ever see that happening?
No, because what's happening is that we're having a lot of healthy conversations about that, and there's nothing wrong with researching that, which is, I think it's a very healthy conversation to have. However, the problem with proof of stake is that proof of stake inevitably accumulates power into fewer and fewer hands over time.
So I asked Andrei Sabelnikov this. He was one of the writers of the CryptoNote code base, helped get Monero off the ground. He started Zeno. And I said to him, I was like, how do you respond? Because he's a big proof of stake guy. And I said, how do you respond to this idea of, oligarchy, right? It's sort of, power tends in the hands of a few. You have to have, have a master node or whatever. And he's like, so what? He's like, if you are a stakeholder, shouldn't you be the one who has a stay? You know what I mean? It's sort of like the idea that property rights, people who don't own property shouldn't be able to vote. What do you think? I know we're getting a little off topic here, but, No,
it's a perfect question to ask. The difference is that once you have a majority stakeholder that cannot be outcompeted because they have amassed so much control over the network. You take away the factor of unbridled competition from the network. The difference with pure proof of work, which is what Monero has always strived for, especially with like RandomX, is so that every human person can compete in securing the network, in offering better service, a better, cheaper electricity cost, so that they can engage the network in the most free market way possible. Competition is the essence of proof of work. Built within proof of work, you will always find that the design, it always favors the individual who at the present moment is contributing the best work to the network.
That's right.
It's a complete meritocracy.
Yeah.
So when you expand that to the mining world, and you allow a network to be extremely competitive the way that Monero allows it to be. And what competitive means, it means that anyone can compete in securing the network. That's what's beautiful about Monero. That's what's beautiful about how in Monero RandomX was embraced as the means by which any person in the world, CPU, GPU mining, can engage in securing the network.
Most people don't even think about that either.
And so there is no, it's pretty much proof of stake does what the corporate model does, which is, for example, Warren Buffett will always get the lion's share of Coca-Cola because Warren Buffett is the majority stakeholder of Coca-Cola.
Right.
The problem with that is that if us three were to be hired by Coca-Cola tomorrow and we come up with an amazing idea for Coca-Cola that cost that we lower costs for the company, for the production, that we increase revenue, we may get a bonus, but we are not ever going to
Buffett's still making more
in the lion's share that is held by the stakeholders, right? The majority stakeholders of the company. So the environment of pure proof of work allows everyone to compete in a true meritocracy, and that's really what makes Bitcoin. That's really what makes Monero especially very valuable, very appealing, because it's extremely laissez-faire. Now, is this a good opportunity to revisit the concept of proof of stake? Sure. Right now, Kayaba Nerve, Luke Parker is putting out a CSS, which is a Monero community crowdfunding proposal, where he's seeking to raise Monero, so that he can write a book about what he's proposing as the finality layer, which is it's a way of people saying that, well, it's a finality layer that is proof of stake, but it's not really proof of stake. It's just like, but honestly, guys, that is not the best solution for Monero. Fluffy Pony right now put out a proposal based on research that has been done already, that published research, academic research of detective mining. I think that proposal is incredible for the Monero community. There's a very notable developer by the name of Tevador, who in 2022 put out a proposal to circumvent these type of attacks. And just yesterday or the day before, he published on GitHub a proposal. I think it's called, I'm sorry for the Monero bros if I butcher the name. I'm thinking about it on top of my head. It's something brand new he came up with. It's called Prove or Publish. I think it's what it's called, Prove or Publish. So there are amazing proposals right now which will mitigate these type of attacks, which will, without ever having to give up on proof of work. So I understand why a community like Zano would want to embrace proof of stake, because the way that they, it really had to do, in my opinion, with their two-market strategy. It really had to do with the way that they embraced the market. It really had to do in the way that that culture decided to embrace
well, really, it's more Firo. The reason why I ask is more because of Firo, by the way, because Firo, we had Ruben Yap on the show, the project steward for Firo, and he was saying how they had a 51 attack, and in response to that, they moved to this hybrid model. So I thought that was an interesting idea, and then I asked Paul Pui about it, the CEO of Edge Wallet, and he's like, "Yeah, that's basically what I think needs to happen with a lot of these proof of work coins." But let's switch gears a little bit here. I want to go to this article from about the Trump administration's dealing with cryptocurrency. Now, while Alex is pulling that up, Raf, what other privacy coins do you like right now?
Definitely Pirate Chain. I know it's see, the thing about Pirate Chain is that it doesn't get
It's
a
one
lot
of our favorite. It's one of our favorite.
The funny thing about it is that it's MasterCard owns Digital Currency Group. They're like the guys that funded it, MasterCard, and Digital Currency Group is really behind a lot of crypto innovation, including Zcash. So Pirate Chain is grassroots, and Pirate Chain is a network that at this moment right now processes it is the most anonymous cryptocurrency in the world at this moment. With over
default
1
privacy
million and anonymity set,
Right.
zero knowledge proofs, meaning that there's like over 12 million decoys per transaction.
Right.
I geek out over Pirate Chain. And also Pirate Chain has already within it a delayed proof of work, which anchors its blockchain to Komodo, which also anchors that to Litecoin. So in order to 51% attack Pirate Chain in any way, shape, or form, you would have to also 51% attack Litecoin and Komodo.
Yeah, and good luck with that.
That's very genius. That's something the Monero community has been also debating as to whether that's something that they would want to incorporate into Monero, the delayed proof of work, to protect Monero even further from any possible
it's like
attack.
there's so many different ways to people are innovating and stuff like that. It's such interesting because there's such a diverse amount of solutions. All right, let's go to this article here on Trump and what they've been up to, and I want to get your reaction. Adam, do you want to read the first paragraph or so here for us? This is from Investopedia.
The Trumps are leaning further into crypto. 2 new listings show just how far. The Trump family keeps leaning into crypto. This week has already offered 2 fresh examples. A Bitcoin mining company linked to Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., American Bitcoin, on Wednesday listed on the NASDAQ exchange using the ticker ABTC, not long after their venture World Liberty Financial went live with billions of associated token, WLFI, unlocking and now trading on secondary markets.
They trade. You can get that on Coinbase, by the way. I got a notification that like World Liberty Financial is available on Coinbase. Raf, Eric Trump spoke at the Bitcoin conference in Asia, and one of the things he said was that the majority of his time is spent on crypto. What's your take on the Trump's administration relationship with the cryptocurrency community?
I think that they have no choice. Any politician moving forward has no choice but to embrace crypto. Bitcoin, crypto in general is a weapon. And we are blessed here in the audience watching this to actually be at the forefront of these technologies. These technologies are really just now getting started, guys.
Yep.
What we're seeing as the BTC pump to 100,000, in my opinion, is nothing more than the traditional financial sector pumping their version of Bitcoin that does not obfuscate and really mess with their business. And I see it as a means for them to buy time, to figure out with what to do next. Because there's these giants like Monero right there, all the privacy coin sector right there. It's funny that people say, a very smart Bitcoiner the moment that they start talking about privacy coins. It's almost like they graduated,
yes.
right?
You're right. I like that.
It's almost like they started to think for themselves and really learn what BTC is selling, but not really delivering in the market, which is very, very interesting, right? So there is no choice for any politician or any government in the world but to embrace these technologies. And I would like to argue that the Biden administration embraced these technologies in a very schemy way by embracing FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
That was their dude through whom they allegedly laundered money in the Ukraine. And I'd go even as far as to say that it was their allegiance to the centralized exchange called FTX that was probably more likely one of the biggest reasons why the Democrats won the election. And I say this along the same lines. I would say that one of the main reasons why Donald Trump and his base won this election was because of their embrace of Bitcoin and of crypto in general.
That's right.
Because what's interesting about the Trump family and their embrace of crypto is that it was not what the BTC maximalists wanted them to do. They embraced the entirety of the space. Trump put out a meme coin on the Solana blockchain. Let's not forget that.
Yes.
He chose Solana over BTC. BTC right now has as much smart contract capabilities as Ethereum. So Ethereum is no longer unique in this world of smart contracts. Like arguably BTC is a better place to do smart contracts because of the hash power. Let's go back to the conversation, bring back the notion of proof of work. Proof of work protects us. It's energy spent and the data that goes on the BTC blockchain is data that could not be removed from the BTC blockchain at all. It lives on chain, guys. That's very important. Whereas data that is embraced within the Ethereum network is data that lives outside of the Ethereum blockchain. And not really that it matters because Ethereum is proof of stake. The same thing goes for Solana. The data is not on chain in Solana. Sure, Solana is cheaper, faster, more efficient, but it's the data is outside. So when we talk about a world of data where it is at the not the privacy, I'm not talking about the privacy coin world that seeks individual sovereignty. I'm talking about the big tech world, the government world, the world that that is competing in how people connect with each other. That world desires is on a race to provide better data solutions for people in the market. And so proof of work plays a role there. And so I honestly think that we are in a big rift here that we find is that we have a world we come from a proof of stake world. That's something we have to remember. The world we all come from is a proof of stake world. Like I gave you the example with Warren Buffett. Majority shareholders of an entity take the lion's share. They control the path of discovery in the market for that product or business idea or venture. The genius of Satoshi in introducing proof of work is that now it invites everyone. It is open competition for everyone to participate in the governance, securing of a network. And that is something very important. So the Trump family is discovering something that if you get a chance to listen to the audiobook, I highly advise everybody to read this, listen to it. Major Lowry, who is of MIT, he's also one of the captains of Space Force in the U.S. government, right? Like we need another military unit, Space Force, right? Major Lowry wrote a book called Soft War. And that book is about the importance of hash power, the importance of proof of work as a weapon. Yeah, dude, this is huge. You have to listen to the audiobook if you don't have the time to sit down and read it for yourself. But everyone should become acquainted with the book Soft War by Major Lowry. Okay? Because he talks about how proof of work is a weapon. It's a weapon that people have to know about, and it's a weapon that could be embraced for good or evil.
All right. Well, the thing is this. It's like, look, I'm sorry. Donald Trump can have as many meme coins as he wants. He can, rug pull all of his followers. He can launch World Liberty Financial, and this mining company that Eric Trump's involved with or whatever it was. But until he ends the war on crypto, ends these persecutions, Roman Storm, Alexei Pertsev, Roger Ver,
Right.
all these others. Until he actually does the legwork, it's hard to take it seriously that he's actually ended the war on crypto. What do you think that these persecutions are going to end under Trump? Because they don't seem. His DOJ just gave Roman Storm 5 years in prison. So what is it? Like, is he pro crypto, or is he? Like, he says he's pro crypto, but he's still going after people in crypto. What's the deal?
No, everybody's pro crypto. Let's get that right. Like, everyone is pro crypto in the world right now. Now, what they're pro or against, again, these technologies are weapons that could be used with a purpose and a finality and ends that meets the demands of those who are using them. So these technologies, North Korea, CCP in China, they're going to want to use these technologies, but they're going to want to use these technologies for very in my opinion, may be very tyrannical purposes. They're still going to use these blockchains for tyrannical purposes. So the mark of the beast will be implemented using these technologies, if it ever happens, if we allow it. But these technologies also offer us the opportunity to create beautiful deliverables in the market.
That's what I say. We'll use it against them, but they're also going to use it against us. But I think in the end, the market innovates more quickly than the state does. So I think we use these tools more efficiently against them than they use against us.
So where's the Trump family, right? Like, why? Okay, ask yourself, focus on this. Like, you have to realize that whatever endeavor any politician or any government embraces within crypto is one that that aligns with their incentives. So you cannot, if there's a cryptocurrency or crypto network that really, that the logical like game theory is that it will completely do away with the need of fiat currency, more than likely a fiat-run government won't embrace that network. Does that make sense?
Right.
But if there's a cryptocurrency out there that allows the government, that allows the economy controlled by a government to keep the same machinery of theft going while giving people the illusion of innovation that does not step in the toes of the fiat debt slavery system, well, that falls right in line with the the game plan.
Yes.
So I think the persecution for someone like Roger Ver is a persecution not because of his taxes. It's because he wrote a book that talks about forbidden history regarding Bitcoin.
Forbidden history, you're right.
Yeah, if more people know about this history regarding Bitcoin, then Bitcoin could
actually tip the scales.
Knowledge could lead people to realize that these technologies can supplant fiat, fiat itself. And that is dangerous for the establishment. And in reality, in my opinion, that's why the persecution for Roger Ver is happening. And curious enough, Roger Ver is the type of guy who will tell you right now, he said it to Tucker Carlson, right, in his interview. He said, if I were to be promoting crypto right now, I would feel ashamed to be promoting BTC. I'd be promoting a privacy coin. I'd be promoting Monero.
Right.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
So you know that you're ahead, you know that you're where the market will eventually show up because you are logically consistent in emphasizing what these technologies can really offer the world.
Well, speaking of that, I want to get your thoughts on this headline that we were showing off earlier regarding confidential layer and Zeno. Can we pull that back up? I think we had it on when we were talking about Zeno before Raph came on. No, it was probably the tweet from me. There you go. No, that's not the one. Let's see. No, that's not the one. I would go down. Yeah, that might be it. No, all right. Well, there was a tweet about, it was saying something to the effect of a lot of these blockchain analytic firms are sort of getting concerned about confidential layer. Because, there you go. That's the one. It says the headline is Chain Analysis Firms fear that Bitcoin users could turn to Zano and Confidential Layer, ending their ability to track them on the blockchain. What do you think about using Confidential Layer as a solution to, everybody's transacting on these pseudonymous blockchains, whether we like it or not, Raf? Bitcoin, right. ETH. You think Confidential Layer is a good way to shield these transactions? Coin mixers, they've gone after, with the Wasabi Wallet guys, they've gone after the Tornado Cash guys. Doesn't seem like coin mixers are going to pass the muster test. What do you think about Confidential Layer?
Are you asking me if they're going to pass the test? Well, it doesn't really. I mean, my opinion doesn't matter whether they pass some government's test.
No, I'm saying, do you think Confidential Layer is a good solution to the fact that everybody's transacting? Not that we like it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
100%. And so, the thing with the embrace of crypto of a government, like you said, the Trump administration's embrace of crypto. Their embrace of crypto is one that is like the leading horse to something like Confidential Layer, something like Pirate Chain, something like Zano, something like Monero. Because once you open that, once they're giving the crypto space legitimacy, right? By saying, well, we now have the global financial fund for the Trump family and the strategic crypto reserve for the US. They now have given permission for the minds of actors within the market to say, well, now how can I be first to the next wave of this technology? And that's logically going to lead them here. So this is very good because the incentives drive all of us to a freer world, right. An embrace of freer markets. So look, whatever the government embraces or doesn't embrace, they have to be aware that in the free market, there are going to be solutions that are going to offer people ultimate freedom. So if they still want to, their the networks that they favor right now, like a BTC, like a Solana, to remain at the top, or an Ethereum, then they have to provide an atmosphere for those networks to be as private as possible and as competitive as possible. And so going after these developers of Tornado Cash,
ridiculous,
or Solana was, in my opinion, a big mistake, because what they did was that they stripped these networks that they're now investing in from the intellectual capital that these networks need in order to stay competitive.
Well, not even that, but it's like
which is wild to me, right? It's like, why would you do that? You're crippling your own investment,
Well, it's not like, think about this. You have to be a nut to be a DeFi developer in the United States right now. Like, you got to be crazy. Like, they're gonna, like, I would, if that was my job, if I was a developer who's working on DeFi, I'd be like, I can't
What's
be
the point?
I can't be in the United States.
I'm gonna go through all this
and go to jail,
hassle and work endless nights developing this
everything
code,
that they make. You're gonna
and then
go to
they
jail?
just shut you down like immediately.
That's
you don't
why
have to be in the U.S.
Well, that's why the Alexei Pertsev case is so important in the Netherlands, because if he wins, then at least there will be a place where DeFi developers can flee to. But I do think that in the meantime, Confidential Layer is a solid stopgap solution.
Well, have you noticed that the crypto space has just given the world more and more freedom, more and more freedom,
endlessly.
Like, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you think we would even have this conversation?
No, never.
Here's the problem, though. They've misrepresented it as like when I talk to people about crypto, and that's how I thought about crypto. They don't even know what privacy coins are. When I explain to people, it's just all under one umbrella. It's like, oh yeah, it's crypto.
Well, that's what he's saying. Like, we're so early that at this point, like, that's why I tell everybody, the privacy coins are the best horse in the game of the race right now.
That's why utility is the important driving force of it, because otherwise people are just going to think, oh, it's just a quick get rich quick scheme. It's like, no, it literally gives you freedom. You got to explain that to people.
Few people do as good of a job at explaining this to everyone as the folks at the Crypto Vigilante. Raf, you've got an event coming up with some interesting speakers. some real degenerate people.
Why wasn't I invited? What the fuck?
Oh, you're invited. What do you mean?
I'm DJ.
Sal's keynote. Sal calls the shots at the event, so you better talk to Sal.
Tell us
Sal's
about
our
it.
keynote speaker.
Tell us about the event. When is it? How can people watch? And who can they look forward to speaking there?
So our idea is to bring the best crypto conference to you, which, obviously will save you on airfare, travel, and all that good stuff. So we bring the crypto conference to you. The focus is on what matters most in crypto, which is going in depth on this conversation right here, which is privacy coins. Where this is all going, not where the puck is now, because if you focus on where the market is focusing now, you're gonna be, you'll be singing the tune of the masses. But if you want to know where things are going into the future, this is what the conference for you. And so it's gonna happen September 12th, Friday, September 12th. You can sign up at tcvsummit.com, and it's only $97, and because we want this technology to just really grow and strengthen amongst our community. This is not for me like a job. It's really a vocation, and so we're giving you a bonus of over 6 hours of lectures. We call this the Crypto 101 Basics Workshop, where you will learn the best about technical analysis from the guys who first charted Bitcoin in Bitcoin Talk forums. You'll learn about how to actually use these technologies the right way with our specialists in operational security, and you'll go in depth into what the heck is even these technologies. How do you even distinguish these technologies? Well, on a lecture series on fundamental analysis. So not only will you have access to the conference itself to learn about real-time events, but we're throwing in this bonus, which we used to sell for $299. Now we're getting it to you for free. And I think it's the world needs this, man. Look, it doesn't happen.
Sure
it doesn't help me, you, or anyone if we're the only ones that know about these technologies and how they work. If these technologies are used in a way that inevitably leads the whole world to slavery, like what really matters most in crypto is your education and that you become as well informed as possible, because these technologies truly give you financial freedom, but not just monetarily, also in movement, in privacy, in the way you deal with life in general, where you truly are your own bank. So
it's the most important issue of our time.
100%, dude. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. 100%. So, I would like to thank you, Sal, because you've been very instrumental in using the genius that you have with your memes, man. Memes move the world.
They do.
I communicate in 90% memes on a daily basis. They just say what you can't say. It's more than just the sentence.
That's why there's the government has books called I've looked into it. Like there's a great book I tell everybody to read called Like War by Singer and Brooking. And it's actually frightening how the government manipulates social media and stuff like that. Well, guess what? We manipulate it too.
Yeah.
And it's just like the same thing we're talking about with blockchain, right, Raf? There's this new technology comes out, whether it's a blockchain or encryption or this or that. The government is going to use that against us. Right? That's sure as shit. But you know what? We're going to use it against them too. And history shows that the market is more efficient. Right? So, great example. We already discussed it. They go after Alexei Pertsev and Roman Storm for Tornado Cash. These guys, the prosecution isn't even finished, and we got confidential layers as a solution to the problem. We already have a new way of trading pseudonymous
have one in the chamber,
privately.
ready to go.
Bingo. So that's really the power of agorism. That's the power of the black and gray markets. That's the power of civil disobedience and non-compliance, which is the philosophies we stress here. You're not going to move the needle by voting. You're not going to move the needle by playing in their rigged game. If you knew a game of cards was rigged against you, would you sit down at the table and put your money down? Come on,
like find the ball, the cups.
Right.
Don't play it. They'll beat you every fucking time.
It's insane.
If you beat them, they'll still take your money.
It's insane.
And let me do this agorist move here, which is like, if you guys appreciate the work that Sal and his companions do with the memes and promoting freedom and liberty, you can put some money back at them by, if you like what we offer at the Crypto Vigilante, sign up to cryptovigilante.io/Sal, SAL.
Boom.
And that's his affiliate, that's Sal The Agorist affiliate
Doesn't
link to
cost you any
Crypto
extra.
Vigilante. Come again?
It doesn't cost them any extra. Same price. It's
No,
just
no,
an
no, no.
affiliate link.
No, it puts money in your pocket, Sal.
Right.
It's a way for them to pay you.
and all I'm doing is buying more privacy coins with it. So
it's helping you guys too.
it's helping,
I mean,
this is how we win.
yeah, it's a circle jerk, but it's good for everyone.
Yeah,
you know?
and no, it literally is how we win. It's the only way to win. All right, Raf, before I let you go, I got one more question for you. I got to ask you. All right, wait, one more time. Just summarize for me how people can sign up for this event.
Go to tcvsummit.com and sign up.
Okay.
97 bucks. On top of that, we'll throw the bonus, which was $299 for free, which is the Crypto Basics Workshop, which is over 6 hours of education on everything you need to know on how to use crypto properly, how to read the market properly, and how to actually analyze the
and how to use the
fundamentals of
tools
each
that we're
cryptocurrency
talking
properly.
about. Right. All right, but before we let you go, first of all, let's go to questions real quick and comments, see if we have anybody. And if you have any questions for Raf, let us know. Any comments about what he said. There's a few people who know crypto as well. We have Legend Captain who says tcvsummit.com. That's why devs need to stay anonymous. Yeah, I'm not, look, Alexei Pertsev and Roman Storm I'm friends with Alexei. I met him in Amsterdam. I spent time with him. He told me that him and Roman Storm were at a hackathon overseas. And they came up with Tornado Cash, and they won the hackathon. And then the government came after them, a bunch of, years later. I don't know if they were anonymous or not.
That's like being at the science project in school, and the FBI show up at the school. Like,
right.
No, that's too good an idea. It's better than our idea.
Someone used your project. I don't even believe, just the whole thing is just so suspect. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, but that's not what I wanted to ask you. My final question, Raf. And we'll leave it on this note. And you guys should be at the TCV Summit. I'm going to be speaking there. I'm giving the keynote address, which I'm honored to be doing. It's going to be a blast. It always is. I've participated in this event previous years, and they always knock it out of the park. Again, few people know and understand crypto as well as Raf and the people at TCV. That's why I always try to have them on the show. All right, so you're going to go sign up as soon as we're done with the show. But first, Raf, give me a dark horse coin. Give me one that, maybe I'm not thinking about that I should be adding to my portfolio. Anything out of the blue, anything comes to your mind?
Dark horse, as in like...
Yeah,
by dark horse, you mean it's going to make me money the rest of this bull run?
Just a coin that you're confident in that a lot of people maybe that isn't getting enough attention.
Coin that is not getting enough attention right now.
Do you want me to go first?
I have it. I have my answer. What's up?
Hit me.
Definitely Monero.
Monero. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, okay, so Monero has already implemented. So Monero is kind of like the testing ground for the Monero community, where they do a lot of they test things out into the future. So it's like Monero, but like bleeding edge Monero. So they already have incorporated a P2P mining. Now there's a P2P pool in Monero, but they've already incorporated P2P mining in Monero. That's also something that could mitigate any 51% attack in Monero, is implementing something like what Monero is doing. And so Monero comes from the same Monero community. Oh, well, here, I'll give you 2 more. You ready? I'll give you 2 more.
Hit me with it.
The other one is Tari. Tari also comes from the Monero community. It is the Ethereum of Monero, and is merge mined with Monero. Is led by the previous core maintainer of the Monero project, Fluffy Pointing himself, Tari. And I think I've been waiting on this project forever. I think that it's very well done. Pardon me?
I'm intrigued. This is proof of work, or?
Yes, it's proof of work. And so, and I'm gonna give you another one. This is like a dark horse I guess not everyone knows about. and it's a very niche community that is working on very advanced things. Nobody really knows about it. They don't even promote themselves as a privacy coin. And that's the last time I mentioned that aspect of them, because they don't need to. If you're smart, you understand.
They don't want the heat, right?
Yeah. So the network is called Nockchain.
Oh, what?
Nock. Nockchain.
See, only he knows about this shit. I swear to God. This is why I have him on the show.
I haven't even heard these names.
I know. I've never heard about this shit. I do this for a
sometimes I
living.
hear about shit, but I don't know what it is.
This is why I have Raph on the show.
Never even heard of this. Yeah.
Nockchain.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's a zero knowledge proof of work. So the hashing of the blockchain is a zero knowledge proof. So every time a miner mines a block in Nockchain, it is because it has provided a zero knowledge proof of work.
Right.
It's sick. So in other words, it's like they're using zero knowledge proof in every aspect of
Right.
the network, even in their mining. So
It's zero knowledge on steroids. Yeah.
it is zero knowledge on steroids.
I like it.
So a little background on Nockchain. Nockchain was highly influenced by Urbit. Urbit. Urbit was a movement where they wanted to decentralize computing in general. Balaji and a lot of VCs funded the Urbit movement in crypto, and Urbit is something that kind of died. There's like one maintainer of the project, but no one's really doing anything with it. What does this mean? What does this mean? That we really have the architecture in our home devices to, if we were to intelligently bring our devices together through cryptography and doing the routing correctly, like through a blockchain, you would not have the need of having to rely on centralized databases. So
Right.
that was the whole Urbit experience and experiment, which still lives on. And Nockchain came out as the blockchain for that ecosystem. Ooh. Now that ecosystem mutated and mutated in alignment with, which is this is like where all the sometimes I don't know if I should talk about these things. 21E8. Google 21E8. 21E8 is this is where Bitcoin gets esoteric, and this whole reality of crypto.
Cue the scary music, Alex.
Yeah, dude, it becomes 21E8 becomes, it's almost like, have you guys understand like the flower of life, right? The flower of life. Sure. So it turns out that the way Satoshi gave us Bitcoin is a mirror of the flower of life digitally, and it's a perfect system that fractals into eternity.
Right.
And that every manifestation of blockchain technology is a manifestation of the flower of life in one certain respect. And the idea is that in the future, all of these networks will come together as one network. How crazy, right?
Dude, no, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, so check this out. So 21E8, right? So you're going to have like, so the future of the internet is all of these networks coming together in their full potential. So 21E8 comes out of the understanding that AI and these language models and the world of data, arbitraging data, needs to be decentralized as well. And there needs to be competitiveness on the peer-to-peer level when we talk about data, because financial sovereignty nowadays is also data sovereignty. You need both. You can't say I'm financially sovereign, but you have a digital ID on your shoulder.
Right.
That's kind of like what the whole privacy coin world is very aware of that, right? That's why we talk about the importance of Monero, Zeno, Monero.
It's hard though, because you have to like when we talk about privacy, it's we're talking about it in the context of cryptocurrencies, but it also applies to things like secure messaging and computing, right? And there's other there's other aspects of this conversation. Energy, like all sorts of, and we have like just practical stuff too. Practical.
You want to hear a mind blown here? We're talking about proof of work. Computer science is energy. The binary, the 0-1, is nothing more than energy. When we realize that reality, bro, of like that we're talking about energy, And I have to
Right,
quote
right.
my man from Binary from Metawatt. If you guys want to be mind blown about a technology that's Metawatt, Google Metawatt.
All right. Well. So go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
We're moving into the electro dollar. The electro.
Well, yeah, we just had Aaron Day here, and that's what he was warning about too, and the coming technocracy. There's a great.
It's
book
up to
from-
us.
Oh, of course, it always is. It always is. It's a choice. It's a choice, and we have the tools, and that's why I tell people cryptocurrency is a moral issue because you don't have to pay for their wars. You don't have to pay for Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, right? You don't have to pay. We have an alternative, and that alternative are the things that me and Raph are talking about. His three dark horses are Monero, Tari, and what was the third one? Monero.
Knockchain.
Knockchain.
Yes.
Monero, Tari, and Knockchain. All right. If I had to throw two in there, they would be PivX and Firo. We're going for old school privacy coins here.
Okay.
Please.
But there's a huge dark horse that almost no one. I was just explaining it to you. It's 21E8.
Wait, this is the name.
Study it.
Hold on a second.
Pardon
This
me?
is the name of a cryptocurrency?
No, it's the name of a movement and a computer architecture.
Okay.
That is going to incorporate
That will
that
spawn
embraces every aspect
other-
of crypto.
Okay. So Google 21. All right. We're on it.
Yeah.
Raph, real quick, final thoughts. Where can people follow you, and anything you would like to promote? Now is the time to hit us with it.
Well, first off, thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for
course.
everything
Thank
that
you
you
for
guys
joining
do
us.
Thank you for coming
promoting
on.
freedom. Yeah, it's awesome to be here. It really is. It feels like home. It really does. And so you can follow us at cryptovigilante.io on X. That's at Vigilante Crypto. Also, well, as we were talking about the summit coming up, that's tcvsummit.com. You can sign up for our free newsletter on cryptovigilante.io.
Do it. Trust me. Sign up for
And
the newsletter.
also, our homie Sal, use his affiliate link, cryptovigilante.io/Sal, SAL.
Don't cost you
And
nothing.
It costs nothing.
If you're going to
just
download it,
Come on.
yeah, support us.
Yeah, just you're not just supporting me, but you're supporting Sal at the same time as well, which is cool, right?
And you're getting access to top tier information in the cryptocurrency ecosystem for free.
For free.
Yeah.
You might get
Thank
paid
you.
to do it.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good, man. So yeah, it's tcvsummit.com. Friday, September 12th, 2025. I'll see you guys there.
The Crypto Vigilante Summit is set for September 12th, 2025 at 11 a.m. Eastern. This online event dives into the crucial topics of privacy, freedom, and opportunity in cryptocurrency. With governments and tech giants tightening their grip through surveillance, the need for financial sovereignty is urgent. Privacy coins like Monero and Pirate Chain are not just investments, they're essential tools for autonomy. Attendees will learn strategies for integrating these coins into their portfolios, explore cutting-edge privacy technologies, and network with like-minded individuals. The summit features experts like Rafael LaVerde and Jeff Berwick, who will share insights on navigating regulatory landscapes while safeguarding assets. Don't miss this chance to secure your financial future. Register now to gain lifetime access and join the fight for your privacy and freedom in the crypto world. Go to tcvsummit.com now to get access to our livestream event, as well as lifetime access to the replays. As a free bonus, you'll also get instant lifetime access to our TCV workshop, Crypto Basics 7-part video series with over 6 hours of content, as a bonus gift.